Hi, my name is Steve, and this is Woodworking for Mere Mortals. In this episode, I'll begin with an intro describing what to expect in this video. You'll know it's the end of the intro when I say all that and much more on Woodworking for Mere Mortals. Let's get started. And that's when the video will really start, at this timestamp. I'll talk an unnecessarily long time about what kind of mirror I plan to use for the project. This part will probably also be worth skipping. So actually the real content will start at this point. I'll include chapters so that you can just click right to it. You'll see me sawing a board, which is about as exciting as it always is, but this will lead directly into a description of how I use spray adhesive to attach a cutting template. If you've watched my show before, you've seen this exact scene about 40 times. So you might want to just jump right to me using my emergency pocket hole jig. That's something new, and really that's about the only actual woodworking in this video. But a close eye will reveal a continuity error when I got my hair cut and colored about midway through the video. Then I'll call the glass shop and see if the mirror is ready. I think this would have been a really good scene, but I decided to cut out the voice of the lovely lady I spoke to on the phone because I don't think you can record somebody's voice without their permission. I think I might have learned that on Columbo, or maybe it was the Brady Bunch. So you might want to just skip all of that bit of filler too. At this point, it's just a matter of installing the mirror and the trim, and then setting up the entire unit in my entry hall. So really, if you just want to get to the meat of this video and save yourself a whole lot of time, you can jump right to this point. All that and much more on Woodworking for Mere Mortals. Let's get started. Good morning. Well, if you'll notice, I painted this part of the cabinet. Yeah, I don't know if you can notice it or not because of the dramatic mood lighting in here this morning. But I also went and I just got through calling the glass company to order a mirror to go in this top part. And I asked the guy, what do you should I go with a thicker glass or thinner glass? And what's the thinnest, you know, because I'm being a cheapskate on this. And he was like, well, it depends upon how big the glass is. So I explained the size and he said, yeah, you could probably get away with 1/8 inch mirror. And so that's what I ordered. So I hope it doesn't break. If I have to, I guess I could put a backer board behind it or something to help out a little bit. But you know, he said as long as it's not on a door or something that's going to get a lot of use, it should be okay. So what I got to do now is I got to make these side panels for this, these caps basically, that is going to give all of this a lot more support and stability so that I can drop it onto that lower part of the cabinet. That's the plan. So if you remember, I'm going to be using solid poplar for these side pieces, and I just want to cut a profile on the top and bottom of each one. So I just made a couple of cutting templates. I'll just glue those right to the boards. The thing about spray adhesive is if you spray it on lightly and actually let it dry for a few seconds before attaching it, then it becomes kind of like a stronger post-it note, and you can peel it off pretty easily. I attached one onto each side and then just drew a line where I want to cut this part out. I'll glue and tack these to the sides. They're gonna adhere really well because this is solid wood frame and then these are solid wood, so it'll be a stronger bond than if I were just gluing those to the edge of plywood. So if you remember, I drilled these pocket holes on the back side of this to attach it to the top of that lower section, but I also wanted to put one here, and since I've already got these attached, I can use this little, I call this like an emergency pocket hole jig. This is a little Craig, I don't know what they call this, but it's like a little portable one that you can use only for emergencies. It's sealed in glass. I had to break the glass to get to it. Basically, all you do with this is just butt it up against the end and then clamp it down. So I'll just have those two holes that I'll need to plug up and paint, but I can't do that until I assemble it up in its final resting place. And I'll attach the top shelf. I got everything painted, so all this I'm waiting for now is that mirror. So I thought it was gonna be ready yesterday, but I give him a call and see if it's ready yet.
Please choose from one of the following options. If you know your party's extension, press 1.
How would I know?
Dial by name, press 2.
Don't know anybody's name.
To speak with the main office, press 3.
There we go.
To repeat this menu, please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
It's a really small shop. It's funny how it sounds like it's a big business. Oh, hi, Jennifer. This is Steve Ramsey. I called a couple days ago and ordered a mirror, and I'm just checking to see if that's ready.
Let me go in the back and see if it's done. Do you mind holding?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, there it is. I was afraid there was no music on hold there for a minute. You know what I think? You know why there's music on hold? I'm pretty sure this is why. This is my theory. It's like a progress bar on the computer. It lets you know that something's happening. Because otherwise it's just dead and you're like, did they hang up? Is there anybody there? She's checking. She's in the back shop. I hope that 1/8" glass is gonna be okay. That's pretty thin glass, isn't it? Hope I don't break it trying to bring it home. I've ordered mirrors and glass from them before. It's a great company. They're really nice. I like these small businesses like that are just like, you can just go in and say, I just need this little thing made. And they're like, yeah, we can do it for you. And they'll install like windows on the entire house if you want them to do that too.
Steve?
Yes.
Okay, it looks like they just finished it up this morning.
Oh, that's great. I'll be in this afternoon and pick it up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Hey, I just got back from the glass place and I got the mirror. And there it is without the paper on it. Because you've never seen a mirror before. I think rather than adhesive, what I'll do is attach this with my point driver. It's this thing here. So I've got an 1/8" piece of plywood. I can use this like a backer board. This is just standard baseboard. It matches the existing baseboard in the house, so it'll just kind of wrap around this and then continue along the wall. All right, the trim looks really good. I got it all painted. I wanted to point out that I designed this so that the trim was slightly shorter than the base of this cabinet. And this is something I picked up from The Honest Carpenter. If you've never seen The Honest Carpenter channel, check it out. He's got tons of good advice. This is called a reveal, and it looks nice because it adds some visual interest, but more importantly, it makes it easier to install because you don't have to make this trim be the exact same size as the base, which would require me to maybe sand it down flush, and there might still be a line there. Okay, here we go. It's always crazy to see how not straight walls are, because I can see that this cabinet is perfectly straight, but this wall completely bows out this way. What are you gonna do? Okay, I guess I'll start by attaching this using those pocket holes in the back. Also, I have these plugs for those pocket holes, and I was gonna put one in here and one over here, but now that I think about it, I don't think I even really need to do that. I think if I just paint the inside of those the same color, you're really not gonna notice that when you're looking at the whole thing. If I don't like it, I can always put these in. But for now, I'm just gonna paint it. Plus, I've got a couple little places I need to touch up here and there anyway. I got it anchored into the wall.